I think their set is like a girlfriend who like is playing it cool, and that's like what makes you like them. Whereas ours is like, love me.
Yeah,
we're just desperate for the audience to like it.
All right, we're Bring Me the Horizon.
And this is our history with Reading and Leeds Festival.
First time we played Reading. Did we play Reading? Or Leeds? One of them, because something happened so we couldn't play the other one. And it was probably the worst gig ever. Slipknot had pulled out for some reason. And we got asked if we wanted to go on main stage. Not to replace them, but just to fill the gap. And we kind of knew it was a death sentence, but we were like, well, we got to do it. And just before we went on, I think they announced that Avenged Sevenfold had just pulled out as well, which sent crowd into a frenzy of boos. And then they were like, but here's Bring Me the Horizon. And I hadn't ever seen anyone get as bottled as us. I've never seen a show like it. It was scary. It was like digital cameras, sawdust, kebab bottles. Like there was stuff I don't even know where they were getting it from, whether they just found it on the floor or brought it especially to throw at us. But I remember an orange sliced in half on Matt's cymbals. Literally, it was insane. Like it was quite scary, and it was just constant for the whole show. And yeah, I've never seen it like it since. I mean, apart from some more of our shows later on. Around that time, I think it was amazing for us for like character building. I mean, if we can get through a show like that without a safety net on, it's something to be proud of. So yeah, that were our first one. We were a very divisive band at that time, and that had kind of not gone, but it mellowed out with every album we did, and the more we grew up and like better albums we put out. So I think by that time it weren't as scary. I think we were probably a bit traumatized from it, but I can't remember it. But I don't remember anything truly traumatizing about it, so it must have been all right. Coming off the back of There Is a Hell and stuff, and we were definitely in a bit of a different position to where we were a couple of years before and stuff. We felt like we were being celebrated in the UK metal scene a little more, and yeah, that one was a sick one for sure.
That's my first one, so yeah, it was crazy. I'm from Reading basically, so for me it was pretty cool because I've grown up coming to the festival, and yeah, we had like a mid-afternoon slot, 2013. Kind of get that in there, and yeah, we just released Sempiternal, and it was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, doing well, I guess. So yeah, it was just a crazy show. Yeah, we didn't really know what to expect, and
that was the circle pits around the
sound tower.
Yeah, that one was fucking
really crazy
mental.
one. Yeah. We'd just come back from, I feel like we'd just done Warped Tour.
Soundwave or Warped Tour?
Warped Tour. We'd just done 2 months in America on Warped Tour, and it's kind of like every day just in a car park. So we were well oiled at that point, yeah, and really raring to go. So yeah, that was just like perfect timing. Yeah,
that was mental, and it was definitely the first one where we were like, for us, not Jordan, but being like, how did we turn it round, like from the first show? Do you know what I mean?
I remember they had frisbees. Do you remember that? Our record label had like these frisbees with our like logo on it, and it was just like fucking frisbees flying everywhere. It was quite cool. We should do that again, really.
It was bonkers, yeah. That was. I think that's probably when we stopped shitting ourselves about getting on stage, and do you know what I mean? It's because you don't get that much usually. I think when people have made their minds up about you, and you're one of them bands that get bottled, it's usually your whole career you're like fighting against that. So for people to be throwing frisbees just within the crowd and not at us, it was like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, like I say, we were traumatized for so long that I feel like I'm only just accepting that people like our band, and even now, like I'm like, is anyone going to be there? But like, there's a more positive side of my brain that's like, yes, there'll definitely be people there. People like your band now. You don't need to be that frightened little child anymore.
Probably a level up, I would say. 2013 felt kind of like we were maybe bigger than our slot, You know what I mean? Like we'd had the album had done really well, and we were on quite early in the afternoon, so it didn't feel like we had much to lose, I think. But yeah, the main support with Metallica felt like, okay, we have to put on a really good show. We have to be quite slick. You know, they're like a legendary band and big show. So yeah, we wanted to level up, and we just released another album as well. So it was just like more pressure, and we wanted to try and do some more like things we hadn't done before. We had the kind of weird safety video thing for the first time, the intro that was like kind of, we'd never done something like that before. We threw a bunch of new stuff into that set. And we were really limited by what like Metallica has so much production, so we had to be a bit clever with it. But yeah, I mean that one was a good one as well. But 2013 is probably like the one that is one of my favorite shows of all time, I would say. But yeah, that was also good too.
Yeah, it was sick. It was really good. The show before was like production was like, in terms of like what we could do and having money and stuff, was relatively new to us. And I think going into that one, it was like, all right, what can we do? Like, what have we got on? Like, what have we got at our disposal? And we were just like, we never made any money off shows from around that time, because we're just like, we want to do everything. So that was the first time we were like, right, how do we make this like a fully immersive experience? And what's our kind of journey into this like becoming a kind of band that not just known for the music, but for like the show and the visuals and stuff. So I think that's when we really started thinking about it and started playing with it, for sure.
We hired a bunch of people like to go around with signs and dress weird and walk around the festival as a kind of way to kind of like hint that we were playing and stuff. So yeah, it's another example of us trying to figure out ways to do stuff in an exciting way and announce it in an exciting way. And we hadn't played for ages either at that point. It was our first show for a long time. So that was weird. Normally we come into Reading off of touring. Like now we've been touring all summer. That one we were like completely cold. So yeah, I mean, it was really cool. It was just like a bit of a shock to the system. It was like, oh yeah, we are still a band. You know, when you're off for that amount of time, you kind of forget that feeling of like being on stage. And yeah, it was just different feeling, but really cool.
It's kind of like everything that we've been working on all coming together. Do you know what I mean? I think we were messing around with this set for a while and wondering what we should do and all this stuff, and we realised that we had a really good show and we just needed to build on it rather than throw everything out of the trolley and start again. In what I was saying about trying to make it an immersive experience and something exciting, is I think that's what we've gone for. Like we were watching like we were watching some bands the other day, like Arctic Monkeys and stuff, and like their set's so fucking cool. They're just like cool. Do you know what I mean? They come on, they pick their instruments up on stage and they play, and that's sick. But we're just the opposite.
We're not cool.
We're not cool. We're like, we'll never be cool. So we're just gonna do our best to make everyone feel like a kid again, and just give you that kind of. We're trying to make kind of like Disneyland, Universal Studios feeling in a rock set. So we're just like everything.
I think their set is like a girlfriend who like is playing it cool, and that's like what makes you like them, whereas ours is like, love me.
Yeah,
we're just desperate for the audience to like it.
We're so scared people might be bored for 1 second. It's just constant flashes, bangs,
barrage of
noise,
stimulation.
It's almost too much. I watch it today and I'm like, it's just hurting my eyes, but I love it. I don't know why I've been like so nervous for it. Like today, I've been fine. I think there's like trying to live more in moment means that when you actually get to this scary moment, that you've not addressed it, so you've just like, it all comes at once. It's been horrible. But I just watched my wife play, and that's really calmed my nerves. I think I was maybe a bit nervous for her too, because she gets anxious, but she killed it. I feel pretty good now.
I think we've been talking about it for so long. That's what makes it nerve-wracking. Like all summer, every festival we played, it's been like, okay, maybe for Reading, if we would move this one here, and we're kind of like, every show we've played has been like refining our set for today a little bit. I don't want to build any more pressure, but you know what I mean? It's been in our mind for a long time, and this is like, you know, it is a big show for us. There's just no way around that. So yeah,
it's a double-edged sword. You can't be like, if you acknowledge how mental it is, then you can't be cool about it. But if you don't acknowledge how mental it is, then you don't appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, people are like, it's just another show, and you're like, you know it's not. You've been saying last year how mental it is that we're headlining. You've literally been going on about how insane this is for our band. You can't just now today go, oh, it's just another show, don't worry. It's like, your brain,
I tried to do that to you earlier.
Your brain knows. It's like we've literally been stressing about this for so long. So, but it's good. It's good to feel something for sure.
Yeah, you got to think of it like a roller coaster. It's like when you're queuing up to get on a roller coaster, you are shitting yourself, but that's what makes it a thrill, isn't it? At the end of the day, so that's what you sign up for, really.
It's just hope it's not like Smiler.